Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Wrath of Rakshasa construction update, coming to you from Six Flags Great America, just outside of Chicago in Gurnee, Illinois. And just another reminder, please help me fight that YouTube algorithm. Tap on that subscribe button, tap on that like button, turn on those notifications, make sure you get all my videos when they come out. And if you saw earlier today, I went live from the park, and this video footage that you're watching now is the live footage that I broadcasted from the park. I wanted to try something new. It was my first time going live, and I'd say it was a success other than having some audio issues, which is expected broadcasting over a cellular network. So that was really the only issue. I had some video issues every once in a while, but other than that, it went pretty good. And as you can see, while I was at the park, the cranes extended. There was, you can't really make it out from this shot, but behind the X-Flight exit shop that's there where the photos are, and then there's a accessory shop on the other midway side. There's a flatbed parked back there, and that black crane that is extended was in the process of attaching a track piece and getting it ready to be lifted up and placed. And as you can see, there's a lot more track has been added, and it looks like all of the supports are now on site, except that one that is still laying there, and I believe that's the turnaround support that's closest to the station that's going to get put in. But they were in the process of getting this piece ready to be put up on the coaster. Today's video is going to be a little longer because I was live from the park for almost 45 minutes, I think. I kind of trimmed it down to 25 minutes, and that's with footage that I shot after I was done with the live stream that I went and got of the park. And I do have some updates, some interesting updates. At least one interesting update, that is, so stick around for that. And you can see they're moving the piece, they're backing up right now from behind that gift shop and exit photo thing with that piece of track that they're going to hook up and get up into position. Not much other work was going on while I was there. It was close to 4:30 when I started the live stream. So I streamed until about, I think it was 5:15ish when I finished the live stream. So looks like the work in the station and everything has been done for the day. There was nothing really going on there. I did missed in my last video. It was pointed out by a follower in the comments that if you didn't notice in the last video, they had two of the trains in the storage bay, and once the camera kind of pops back over, you can kind of see it looks like all three trains are now in the storage bay area, and they're getting a roof put on that and working on that. Another thing that was going on, if you notice, that green crane or boom rather, basket is up, extended all the way to the top of the lift hill, so they were working on something over there as well. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a green excavator working there underneath the ride, and it's pulling out now into the, it just came out on the midway. But if you notice some of the darker dirt there, that's where it was working. I'm not sure if that's them getting the site where the queue is gonna go, maybe, that leads up to the station there. It's very possible, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. And there you can see that basket cherry picker that's extended all the way up to the lift hill. And I wanted to see if any of the cars were on Ricochet yet, but they weren't. Demon's Train hasn't been put on yet, but it is sitting out. And you'll see that in one of my other shots where they have it. Again, I apologize for the clarity of the video today. It's because I was live streaming, and this is a copy of that live stream that I did. So obviously, you're going to have some buffering issues during a live stream. So I recorded, but I think I must have done something wrong because I didn't have any copies of the video. So this is, I pulled this footage directly from the live stream itself. And you can see them getting that piece all ready to be, they pulled it off of the flatbed already, and then they're just attaching more straps and stuff probably to it. They have to flip it in to the position that they want it to go up in. And you can see all that additional track that's been installed. So remember, it left off coming down right off of that final inversion, and now that turnaround has been all put in, and we're just at the part where it's going to cross over the lift hill again before it turns to the right and comes back down and finishes on the brake run. You can see all the additional framing that has been done for the station, all those black beams that have been put in. You can see the roofing that is now going on the storage shed, and if you look closely, you can see the trains in there. I know it's kind of hard to make out because it's getting covered now, but there are trains on the storage bay. And what that also means is if they were able to get the trains in the storage bay, that's 100% means that their electrical to the station is working, at least to the transfer track, because the transfer track would be needed to lift or move rather the trains into the storage bay. So what they will do is, how this is set up is the train got loaded into that single bay and then moved out onto the transfer track and then moved into the bigger bay where that's going to store the two, and then they would put another train in that single bay and then move the transfer track over, bring it out, and move it to that larger bay that's going to hold the two of them. So we know the transfer track has electrical power because they wouldn't have been able to get the trains in there otherwise, because the framing has been already put up that's going to cover all that. So there was no way that the crane was going to be able to get in there to load the trains. And you can see that piece being lifted now into place. And if you notice that, I mean, it was pretty quick that they were able to get that off of the flatbed, flipped around, and properly hooked up for it to get lifted into place. So it didn't take long at all. So I know they had originally said that the track was going to be finished by this week. It obviously hasn't been, or finished by the end of last week. If I remember correctly, I don't remember. I think definitely now, as long as the weather cooperates the rest of the week, the track should be finished by this week for sure. But you can see not really any other stuff going on in the station. Like I said, I was there at like 4:30. I started the live stream, and I didn't go up with the drone before I started the live stream, so I wanted to see all this stuff live with whoever was going to tune in. And I do appreciate it. I had about 500 viewers, so I appreciate that for the live stream. And like I said, it's, you can clearly see that there was nothing really going on in the station area when I was there. End of the day, they had probably, those crews had probably finished for the day, and then they just wanted to get this final piece of track up that they had ready to go for the day before they left. There's probably about 6 pieces of track left, if that, maybe. And from me looking at the back of the lot where they were storing all of the track pieces, I did not see any remaining support columns. So those are all out on site. You can still see that one that's laying on the ground that they haven't put up, but it appears that every other support column has now been installed. There they are, getting that piece into position, and that cherry picker with the workers up there that are going to guide it into place and get it all secured. So there's the 2 spots, the one that attaches to the actual support itself, and then the part that attaches to the track. And I'll let you guys just watch this for a little bit. And jumping back into it here, you can see they're getting that piece secured. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's an excavator down there behind the lift hill. You can see it kind of moving around, and that's doing some digging. So I'm curious as if that has something to do with the queue, and that's going. And you can see they just dumped some dirt there, so they're doing some work in there. Now jumping to the footage that I filmed after I did the live stream. This is going to be obviously a lot clearer because it wasn't being broadcast, and just wanted to get some clear shots for you guys on the actual site. First thing you're going to notice that it has nothing to do with Wrath, and I don't know if you can, the camera hasn't zoomed in yet, but there's a Raging Bull car sitting there by Sky Striker. I'll get it in the video, but I thought that was weird. And there's kind of a better shot of the station and the work going on with that piece that they're attaching. And as you can see, it doesn't look like any work is being done on the demon entrance and queue as of yet. I'm hoping that next to Totally Kickin' Chicken, if it remains that name, that they put a little park area or something in there that you can kind of go over there and see the drop like head on. And there's a shot of the red cars for Demon that have been pulled out. Still haven't been put on the track as of yet. And you can see again, no cars have been brought out for Ricochet. And it didn't appear that anything had been done with Raging Bull. But look at what we have here. There's more track, looks like, that's being worked on Eagle. And you can see that part in the helix there that's been covered up. And then you can see the part that they had been working on, that the bottom of the drop on the blue side, leading up into that first airtime hill. And here's something interesting. As I said, there's one single Raging Bull car sitting back here, which I don't understand why, but okay. Behind the X-Flight storage bay and right next to the where Sky Striker is. And you can clearly see it. That is a Raging Bull car. So I saw that and I thought, I'm going to go fly over then and see if I can see if any other cars were out then for Raging Bull, and they just didn't have time to drive that one out. Maybe that's where they were storing them and then moving them one by one out, but there was nothing over there for Raging Bull, so I'm not exactly sure why that one lone row is sitting there. And here kind of give you a better shot of the station for Bull. You can see the transfer track has moved. It has been, though, since they put that other car in. So maybe they have other cars for the second train that are loaded on there, and that one is just one that they haven't gotten to yet, and that's why it's sitting over there. But here you can see there's another part of the track that's been covered up here on American Eagle in the helix, and I didn't see anything else. That's not to say that there isn't more work going on here. I had a feeling that this would happen as they worked on that bottom of the blue side drop. Before it started really getting cold is when they started that. So I figured they would wait to see if any other stuff was going to be done after. It started warming up. And now we're going to jump to the back. Just wanted to give you a quick shot of the back employee lot where all the track for Wrath has been stored. And as you can see, there's nothing left. We are almost done. You can clearly see all the supports that were over closest to the storage containers that they have back there are gone. It does look like there's 2 supports left there next to those 2 blue pieces of track, which I didn't notice before, but clearly you can see them now. And maybe 6 pieces of track, 7 pieces of track that are left. So we are just about finished with everything with Wrath. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of this week, weather permitting. For those of you that live in the area, you know the weather has been brutal when it comes to the winds here. We've had a couple days with 50 mile per hour wind gusts, so I'm sure that's kind of played a factor in some of the construction here. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.